Hey everybody, anybody there? All right, let's see. I'm gonna toggle over to my to our team page and see if I can see if anybody is on right now. Okay. We should be live. Why is it not coming live? I hope it's live to you. Alicia, yay! Okay, I said I was not going to worry about people being on, but it sure is nice to know that somebody else is here and can kind of give me some feedback and interact. All right. I wanted to come to you live today because I want to test this for a new way of training and communicating with our team, right? So I think it's a good idea. It allows us to interact live. It allows me to bring you spontaneous things. It kind of gives you a peek into what I'm doing. I don't know if you can see what's on my work table next to me, but I've been working on a little project and you'll see a little bit more of that to come. For those of you that didn't already see it, I posted on the team page an image of a check. Looks like a personal check. I put the independent consultant logo on there. And my challenge to you in this post was for you to print off at least one copy of this check, but preferably 4 different copies of this check, and to fill it out for what you want to make in September, October, November, and December, okay? At least do it for 1 month because there's so much power in this, okay? And let me tell you where the power lies. So we're in home-based businesses. We work from home because we want to control everything, right? We're not all necessarily as much control freaks as I am, but I certainly want to know that I can control my income and I'm going to get out of my business what I put into it. Now, that being said, we often think about what we do, but we don't always think about the end, right? What if we were to reverse our thinking a little bit and we started planning with the end in mind? Like, what does the check look like? And if we do that, and here's a little glimpse into the future on something else that I'm working on. I'm working on putting together some trainings that will help you to build a really, really solid business plan. We were cleaning out the garage yesterday and old boxes, you know, from a decade in California and from you know, a decade here and from decades at school. And at any rate, my husband hands me this stack of bound books and says, "Here, do you want these?" And I was like, yes, I want these. In fact, this is on my list of things to find in the next week. They were all of my old business plans back from my pharmaceutical sales days. And I wanted to use them as templates so that I could put together a template for you so that you could build your business plan and it would give you exactly what you want. In corporate America, we had to build a plan every year where we projected what we were going to do, but where we also said, this is going to be our outcome, and A, B, C, D, E, F, G, this is how we're going to get there. I want to build that same thing for you, and I want you to be able to use it over and over and over again. Well, that got me thinking about, let's just start now. One of the things that people are so resistant on is setting their goals. And I don't know why this is hard. I'm not sure if this is, committing to something that's hard, or if it's actually holding your own feet to the fire. I'm not really sure. It doesn't really matter though. We all know we're in this business because there's the possibility of producing a check at the end of every month, or really the 10th of the following month, in our case. So that being said, I just want you to think about this one thing, okay? One thing. What should your check look like for September? And then very specifically, after you do that, we want to ask some important questions. Okay, based on the fact that you said your check should be a $500 check, let's just use that for nice round, easy math. You want to make $500 in September, okay? Personally, I don't think you're shooting high enough with that, but let's go with that because the math is easy. Okay, so you want to make $500. You got to ask yourself some questions. There are so many different ways that you can get to that $500. First of all, you can do it all on your own. This can be just solamente you. And if you are getting paid at a pink or above, you're getting at least 25% commission. You need to sell all alone $2,000 in product to make that $500. Does that ever happen? Oh my goodness, yes. Lots of people on our team, but lots of people in the company get the monthly award. It's what I shoot for every single month. So that's a very realistic number. Lots of ways you can do that. Again, we're drilling down backwards, right? You've got some parties, you may reach out for some one-on-ones, you might have an event scheduled. We're not even talking about that, but we're talking about taking the ownership of saying, I can do this on my own, okay? I don't need a team. I don't need to count on my team. But let's say you do have a team, okay? You may make, you're going to make a graduated percentage on the team volume of each of your frontline consultant. So let's say that you want to do $500 in a check in a month, but this is going to be a busy, crazy month. It's back to school. You know you're not going to sell $2,000 in product on your own because your time is limited, and maybe you don't already have the parties in the books. Maybe that's a goal for a future month, whatever. I get it. But you do have a team, okay? This is where it gets fun and interesting and where the scenarios get almost unlimited. Let's say that you know you can sell about $1,000 on your own. That's gonna produce $250 in income for you. You're halfway there, just with you. But the other $250, we need to figure out how it can come from your team. And this is the part that I feel like is so awesome about our business and our company. The first thing is, this forces us to get the mindset of, I now need to help somebody else and I need to help create success for them. I need to help them figure out a way to be successful. So now you've got your leader brain on and you're looking at your frontline teammates, and you're looking at your whole team and your whole company, but you're specifically looking at those and saying, how can I help this person? And if I help this person to this point, if she's pink and I am a pink +2, I am going to get a bonus to the tune of 5% or 6% or whatever it is, whatever the correlating numbers are. And you can all take a peek at your compensation plan chart to figure them out. But if I can help them do this much, how much will that produce for my team? And then all of a sudden you start plugging it in like a puzzle. And it requires you to do a couple things. First of all, put your thinking cap on like a leader, like we just said, and figure out how you can create success for your teammates. But second, it requires you to start communicating with them, to reach out and say, hey, I'm thinking about this and I'm wondering if this would be helpful to you. Or, hey, could we do this together? Or could we plan an initiative that would allow you to do this? Whatever the case may be, you see how this changes everything, and it can be a huge shift in your team. One other thing that I want to plant a little seed for today is, if you need to make more money than that, and 500 isn't enough, but you can see the limits of your own time, this will reinforce that in order to get to those bigger paychecks, you have to build a team, okay? If you want the bigger money, you gotta have a team, because we all have the same 24 hours a day, right? We get to choose how we use it, but there's a limit to what some of us can do independently and personally on our own. We get that, totally acknowledged. And I'll share one little tidbit that Andrew shared with us a couple years ago. And we're approaching our 5-year birthday, right? But when we were 2 or 3, 2.5 years or so into the growth, the toddlership of our company, it was very, very easy to see that in the beginning, the people who had achieved Platinum Premier at 2.5 or 3 years were now making about 98% of their income off of their team bonuses, because they had done all the right things to communicate and lead and drive success for their teammates. Only 2% of their income was coming from their personal efforts. Yes, they were putting personal efforts in over here, but it was a huge shift from where they allocated their energy resources. Give me a thumbs up if this makes sense to you, okay? Here's my offer to you. Write your check, take a picture of it, print it out, do it electronically on PicMonkey, whatever you gotta do. If you don't know how to use that, I can even do a little step-by-step for you, but get your goal total on that check for September, okay? And then if you need help doing all the backwards part, that's where I come in. I can help you. We can go through and say, okay, what are your plans realistically based on the 3 parties you've got on your calendar this month? What are you thinking outside of this? Can we push you and challenge you a little bit? And what about your team? I can help you put together incentives, blitzes, all kinds of really fun stuff. And you know that's what we try to do on the team page anyway. I just think there's so much value in having more of us doing it and doing it more conscientiously. Okay, I've probably been on way longer than I wanted to be on, okay? I want to make, when I come to you live, I want to make them down and dirty and quick, but it's my goal. And thanks to those of you who've been on today. You really helped. You know, I like seeing the feedback is good, and it lets me know that, you know, my thoughts and my ideas are resonating, and it also helps me to not feel like I have to come to you with some kind of finished image and product and, you know, shiny, glossy, that I can just come to you and say, look, I have this idea. I really think it'll work and it'll go, and let's see what we can do to implement, because I believe that together, we are so much better than we are alone. Together, we can do so much more. You know, that's the theme of our team. So let's move forward. I want to see your checks. You don't have to put them on the page publicly. That's not required. But I want to know what you want. And when you need me, you're going to reach out. You're going to send me a message, say, this is my goal. Let's come up with some strategies and tactics, okay? In the meantime, I'm going to keep working on that template that I was talking to you about. And I should turn my little camera. Let me turn this. I'm down in my basement, and I was taking a picture earlier. Can you all see that? Okay, I pulled these. There's more. There's more. I pulled these from my daughter's closet. She moved out. I don't know if you know what those are, but there's going to be a blog that is coming out, because I'm going to go upstairs and put the picture that I just took with it and publish the blog. There's going to be a blog coming out that has a picture, something like that on it, okay? And you can thumbs up me and give me some support on that one too. Love you all. Don't forget, together we are so much better. Let's make this happen, all right? Take care, everybody. See you later. Happy Labor Day.